Let's begin with Barbatos' abilities. Barbatos' primary fire ability is Mace Sweep. Swing your mace in a wide arc, dealing damage and knockback to all enemies in melee range in front of you. Mace Sweep deals 300 damage to enemies even through shields, has infinite ammo, and can hit multiple enemies. Barbatos' secondary fire ability is Mace Smash. Hold to charge up an energized slam attack, damaging and stunning enemies in front of you when released. This 3-second cooldown deals up to 700 damage, can hit multiple enemies, and penetrates through shields. Barbatos' F ability is Longsword. Drive your sword into the ground in front of you, damaging and stunning any enemies caught by the attack. This 8-second cooldown also deals up to 700 damage, can hit multiple enemies, and penetrates through shields. Longsword is a part of the Mace Smash Longsword combo that deals 1400 damage and kills any mole suit in the game. Barbatos' E ability is Boost Jump. Perform a massive leap forward, jumping vertically and horizontally very rapidly. This ability is on a 6-second cooldown, but will reset instantly when you kill an enemy. Barbatos' G maneuver is Alaya Vinyana system. Activate the Alaya Vinyana system, enabling slash attacks for a short time, while preventing normal movement. While active, perform up to 3 charging slash attacks in any direction that cleave through and deal 700 damage to each enemy you hit. Finished with the abilities, let's cover the strengths and weaknesses. Trading range and flexible damage for mobility, stuns, and massive damage, Barbatos is one of the strongest threats in Gundam Evolution. Its excellent horizontal mobility allows it to burst onto vulnerable targets and smash them out of existence. And its vertical jump ability allows it the capability to attack any target in any situation. Barbatos is completely undeterred by shield units as all of its abilities penetrate through shields, which when combined with its excellent mobility make it the natural predator for close-range shield units like Sazabi. These units are very powerful normally, but while playing against Barbatos, they suffer and lose a large part of their value. Sazabi in particular has the same close range as Barbatos, but will lose every 1v1 against it. In addition, Barbatos is very tanky for a flanker. Having 1000 hit points, it has 25% more HP than other flankers like Exia and Zaku 2. This extra HP helps it greatly in normal play, but also helps it while using its powerful ultimate, as 200 HP can often be the difference between dying fruitlessly or getting a full team wipe. For Barbatos' weaknesses, the most glaring one is its complete lack of range. Barbatos has no long-range capabilities and therefore cannot deal any damage outside of close distance, meaning that if you cannot get close to your enemy, then you will be entirely useless. This leads to the extra weakness of Barbatos suffering when the enemy knows where it is. Undiscovered, it is amazing. Discovered, it can be poked at a distance and made to run away before it can do anything. Barbatos' slam ability also has a loud sound while charging that enemies can hear, providing the weakness of it hinting at its location while readying its combo. You must keep this in mind while playing Barbatos, meaning you must play quicker and snappier or risk being caught out. Now, when should you play Barbatos? Barbatos is amazing on small and medium maps, as it is naturally even closer to its enemies. High ground also is no deterrent to Barbatos, so if a map has enough cover on it to allow Barbatos to get close to its enemy, then it is a very viable choice. And with the current design of the maps, that is any map in the game. Just make sure to avoid long sight lines where you cannot hide from the enemy, and sneak onto them from cover or flank routes. If the enemy is playing Sazabi, then make sure you are on Barbatos. Hunt them down non-stop and make them regret installing the game. If you play decently, then they cannot even beat you. Sazabi's role to make safe spaces on the map for its team is immensely valuable, so you denying that is 100% the correct choice. Let's bring it all together and talk about how to play Barbatos. As a high mobility, close range burst mobile suit, Barbatos thrives at dashing onto a target, blowing it up with the slam longsword combo, and then running away. Because Barbatos has absolutely no long range damage, there are 3 ways that Barbatos can attack enemies. The first of these is a direct frontal attack, where a Barbatos dashes directly into the enemy team, hits the slam longsword combo, and then retreats. This method is extremely effective against frontline units like Sazabi, or enemies positioning too aggressively, as they simply cannot avoid a Barbatos starting from behind a wall directly on top of them. This attack style should be used frequently on Sazabi, as it is an extremely high value kill, but should be avoided otherwise, as anything else will be positioned too far away that Barbatos will usually die before it even secures a kill. The second attack style is a reactive playstyle that is used while you are playing on defense, or when you control the objective. This defensive playstyle is played by waiting near enemy choke points and targeting vulnerable enemies as they walk through. Using high grounds for this style is extremely effective also, as you can engage from a high ground and jump back to it for safety and to get your cooldowns back. An alternative version of this defensive style is to counterdive a diving Sazabi or Barbatos. Position in a location where you can easily access your team and wait for the enemy to engage. After the enemy dives onto your backline, they are an easy and predictable kill for you to dash or jump onto and finish with Barbatos' slam longsword combo. This is especially effective in hard choke point situations, where a Sazabi or Barbatos will often dive your team like this to secure safe space for their team to push forward. The third attack style is the most consistent style and the one that should be used most often, which is to flank and hunt kills. Flanking on a close range, Burst Mobile Suit enables it to do two very powerful things. The first of which is to split enemy attention. Flanking enables a Barbatos to split from its team and hide from the enemy, so enemies are forced to spend time and attention looking for the flanker or risk dying unexpectedly. When Barbatos shows and begins its attack, the enemy is then forced to drop what they were doing and focus the Barbatos, or it will absolutely run wild. During this time, the rest of Barbatos' team gains free time and space to push forward and secure easy kills. The second benefit to flanking is how it enables Barbatos to get into close range. The middle of maps is usually open and the focus of most players, so close range characters who move through there often find themselves suffering heavy damage or death before they can even do anything. The sides of the map are not focused like this though, and at least one of the two has good cover 90% of the time. Flanking onto the sides gains all the benefits mentioned before, but it also bypasses Barbatos' range issue. With the proper usage of the map sides, Barbatos can arrive on the enemy flanks with full hit points and all of its cooldowns available, ready to head straight for the enemy backline. For Barbatos, flanking is an extremely powerful weapon, so unless there's an easy kill to be had on the front line, Barbatos should almost always be flanking. With that said, here are the specifics on how to do so. You should always be looking for flanks with cover routes. Rooms in close quarter areas avoid long sight lines, which expose you to long range enemies. Being able to hide from these enemies lowers your risk of death, and your chance of taking too much damage and being forced to disengage. Also, when looking for your best engagement routes, you should be unpredictable. One of your best resources is the element of surprise. An unsuspecting enemy is a free kill, especially on a character like GM Sniper. So absolutely do not let the enemy know your location before you engage, and play randomly. Change up when you attack, how you attack, where you attack from, and whatever else you can experiment with. When possible, consider attacking from behind the enemy also. Though it is higher risk and leaves you further from team support, it raises your kill potential as it makes you more unpredictable and increases the chance of your enemy being unaware. With the general covered, let's move on to specifics of how a Barbatos should engage. Barbatos has two primary attack patterns. The first should be used in most situations as it is the most reliable. To do it, you charge your slam ability, dash onto an enemy, hit your slam, and then immediately use your longsword on the stunned enemy for a 1400 total damage combo, and after that you jump away with boost jump or dash away if you're indoors. Pretty easy. For the alternate style, use it for a faster engagement where you are confident an enemy is unaware, or to engage onto a high ground. To do this pattern, you charge your slam ability, boost jump onto your target, hit the slam ability and then immediately use longsword for the 1400 damage kill combo, jump out if the kill is secured and you got your jump reset, or dash away if you did not. Just make sure you have all your dashes available before you jump, as they do not recharge while you're in the air. Use both of these two attack patterns with the three general attack styles to thoroughly demolish your enemies. Now, how should dashes be used for each style? Dashes should be used to cover the distance to your enemy as rapidly as possible, and also should be used to move unpredictably when needed. Make sure to dodge cooldowns and damage with these dashes, or dash into and beside cover as another effective way to limit the damage and cooldowns that can hit you. When disengaging with dashes, these principles still apply. It isn't always best to dash for the most direct escape route, so think about your options before and while escaping. Using cover and dashes unpredictably will take more time usually, but will often also end with you escaping more consistently. Moving on to Barbatos' G maneuver, a Leia Vinyana system can be used in two ways, with Metis' G maneuver and without. With Metis' damage boosting G maneuver, Barbatos can destroy any 1000 hit point unit with one slash, and severely damage all others. This is an extremely powerful combo that can completely destroy a team, and therefore should be viewed and set up as a fight-winning combination. Without the damage boost ultimate, Barbatos' G maneuver is still very powerful, but is best used at the Barbatos' discretion against enemies who have already lost some HP and are low on cooldowns. It is perfect for securing kills on 3 split enemies who have taken some damage, or to mass damage a group. Just keep in mind for both ultimates that the higher HP and more cooldowns available for the enemy team, the lower chance of success, so you should ideally let your team soften the enemy up before you use your G maneuver. Also, there's an animation at the end of the ultimate that stops all movement and makes you vulnerable, so be cautious about where you end after your last slash. Barbatos' best targets in regular play are Sazabi first, then high value, low mobility units like GM Sniper 2 or healers. With every unit in the game except Zaku 2 or Exia being a target for Barbatos, there are so many options in each game. Whether it be hounding a sniper, pressuring a healer, or even counter diving an enemy Barbatos. Find your best options in each game, and then hunt them down. Make sure to check out these other mobile suit guides that did in the same style. Oh, and hit the channel and subscribe. I only grow as much as you guys want me to, so help a fellow Gun Evo lover out.